Hey guys! If you can hear me okay, let me know in the comments. If you can see me okay, let me know in the Instagram comments. We are going live to talk about using Microsoft 365 as a case management system. And even if we're not using it as a case management system, we really need to be optimizing our use of this system across the board. So I have my comments down here. I've got some people watching my Instagram feed, watching Facebook. Please DM me those questions and I will get them. Sorry if those are going to come in, and I'm going to try to figure out how to get those comments to stop coming in to the feed here. Bear with me. I'm going to change that setting about the comments. Or at least I'm going to try to say that. Forgive me. This is my first time going live on YouTube. So I don't think I can change those, so that's okay. Guys, let's talk about using this as a case management system. I want to just go over a couple of talking points first and talk about why I chose this as a case management system nearly 5 years ago, and why you should truly be looking at that. Okay, when it comes to using case management systems, remember that I have been in this industry for 2 decades. And because I've been in this industry for so long, I actually learned how to type on a typewriter. I didn't learn how to type on a computer. I started with DOS. I didn't start with Excel. I started with Lotus 1, 2, 3. So I have gone through the years using a lot of different case management, practice management, document management systems. And every single time we go and we vet a document management system, why are we vetting it? The reason why we're vetting these systems is because we desperately need these systems to adapt to us and adapt to the way that we are practicing law and adapt to the way we are managing our clients, we are managing our documents, we are managing our systems. And that's the point. What we want to do is have this product. We bought this product. But this product doesn't mean really anything until we develop a system to use the product effectively. And that's what we need to do. We need to develop a system to use the product effectively. Whether or not you are opening SharePoint sites for all of your cases or you are simply using OneDrive, we need to hone in on those processes that help us use this software effectively. We need to migrate off of using Outlook as an independent desktop application and migrate to using it as a web version, because we're going to get so much more bang for our buck using it in the web than what we're going to get using it as a standalone application. Those are 2 separate applications. Office 365 and your Outlook application that you had on your computer beforehand are 2 separate products. Yes, they talk to one another, but if you start to use Office 365, then you need to stop using your independent applications and start using the web, because that is how you maximize your use in this environment. Now, I started my presentation, my last Office 365, which is going to be Microsoft 365 Practice Management System. I started my last presentation talking about why we vet our systems and the fact that we need it to adapt to us. There isn't a single out-of-the-box practice management system that will adapt to you. What happens is a bunch of IT professionals come together and they get with a bunch of lawyers and staff members and they perform focus groups. And those focus groups tell them every single thing that they need in a practice management system. Here's the problem with that. We are not cookie cutter law firms. We don't have cookie cutter clients. We don't have cookie cutter cases. Therefore, we do not fit into cookie cutter molds. You can buy a sweatshirt that's a one size fits all, but a case management system isn't a one size fits all. If you are going into a big, large corporate environment, perhaps you need all of those bells and whistles that programs like Clio and TrialWorks and Prolog give you. But if you are a solo and if you are a small law firm, then you can't afford those sort of services and you have to start looking outside of the box. And that's why I created the Microsoft Case Management System, to start taking a look at outside of the box solutions for us. We have SharePoint sites. Those SharePoint sites have dedicated email addresses to them. What does that allow us to do? In a digital world, in our remote offices and working with contract paralegals and contract attorneys and clients all over the world, we are e-signing, e-filing, and e-serving. This means that we have no choice but to revamp our processes, and we can easily do that in Microsoft 365 using all of these products and services that are already available to you. Outlook being one of them. Outlook is going to manage so much in your environment. It's going to manage your email. It's going to manage your calendar. It's going to manage your contacts. Then you got OneDrive, and it's going to manage all of your documents that are in there. There are so many applications that you have available to you. You just have to figure out how to maximize your use. And that's the point. We want to take a product and leverage it to create efficiency in our day-to-day processes to make our lives so much simpler because they are already complicated enough. Paralegals, your lives are already complicated enough. So we have to develop a system that creates that efficiency to remove as much complication as we possibly can. So what does my company do in helping you to remove that complication? My company has developed a script that allows us to upload that on the back end and create custom management solutions for you. Because again, we're not one size fits all. While I may be working with an attorney in LA, it's just he and I, maybe we don't need teams. Maybe working in conversations on the home screen in SharePoint is enough. Maybe working in email is enough. But if I have people all over the country that I'm working with, then I need to bring in teams to my SharePoint environment. Maybe I don't have a lot of people to do task delegation with. That's fine. Maybe I don't need Planner. Go ahead and bring in To-Do instead, because that's my individual task management platform. But the point is, with Microsoft 365, they have given us this incredible opportunity to completely develop systems that work for us because we're not cookie cutter and we don't belong in those cookie cutter solutions. Remove all the bells and whistles that you don't need and bring in all the bells and whistles that you do. And that's a great thing. I mean, these huge case management systems that require the SQL servers and everything like that, they're unmanageable. They are completely unmanageable in today's environment. And for a lot of these systems, you are lacking multiple points of access, which means you are being locked out of your systems completely. TrialWorks, Needles, there was a mass exodus out of that platform late last year because it got hacked. So with Microsoft 365, we have the security, we have the mobility, and we have multiple points of access so that we're never truly locked out of our systems. We don't want to render ourselves useless. We still need to cater to our cases and our clients and do everything that's required of us. Our deadlines don't stop just because we can't access our case management. Those clients don't stop contacting us just because we lost access to their contacts. We still have to maintain status quo. And in order to do that, we have to develop systems that allow us to do that. And so for Microsoft 365 and us having those multiple points of access, it allows us to keep a pretty good uptime. So I know a lot of you are using G Suite. I've had a lot of questions about moving out of G Suite and moving into Microsoft 365. Absolutely doable. You can bridge it, you can connect it, you can redirect it. There's so many solutions there. Speaking of solutions, Just because something isn't in the Microsoft 365 environment doesn't mean that you can't bring it in. Citrix ShareFile, case in point. It's something that I use as a bridging system to send records to experts and to send them in an encrypted manner. It's not part of the Microsoft 365 system. That doesn't matter. I've got the ability to quick link to those systems and directly data map it to where I need to go. Speaking of data mapping, OneNote, Notebook, attorneys, you guys are using your legal pads, those big old yellow legal pads. And love you guys, but those legal pads only help the people writing in the legal pads. They don't help anybody outside. So sorry, I got something in my eye. They don't help anybody outside of the person who is writing in the legal pad, which means it's not actually helping your organization. It's not just you working on a case, it's your entire team working on a case. So why not take those notes and put it into a way that your entire organization has access to it? That's Notebook. Notebook is that access for your entire organization. Not only is it access to all of your notes and memos, you can maintain your indexes in it and completely data map your case. There is an incredible amount of data that flows through our cases all of the time. And we can really get lost in the amount of data that flows into our cases. And because we can get lost and forget what is in there because we've been litigating this case for the last 4 years, it really helps to have that index started right out of the gate when those SharePoint sites are provisioned to be able to maintain those notes. I wrote a blog recently talking about case management. And it comes right into using Microsoft 365 because the moment I start a case, I immediately start with the end in mind. We're analytical. Paralegals, attorneys, we have to constantly think 5-10 steps ahead and close every loophole that we possibly can. And we are litigating the cases a lot of the time and doing the same things over and over and over again. So there's no reason why we can't start with the end in mind. There's no reason why we can't provision SharePoint sites that start with a notebook full of indexes that allows us to immediately begin data mapping our case. I've got a bunch of documents that came in from my client. So I'm going to start an index of everything that came in from my client. I'm going to request a bunch of medical records, so I need to index everything that came in to my medical records because later on, I'm going to have this massive document production and I'm going to need to pull all of those documents from client docs, from records, from wherever they are stored in my database, whether that be on my hard drive, on a server, in-house, outside, or in a cloud environment in SharePoint. That's a whole bunch of data that I've got to pull together, but I have to remember what it is that I have. And if I've started with the end in mind and I've data mapped it and I've got it all into my indexes right away, then it's not such a struggle when I have to put together that voluminous document production. Whenever it's time for me to answer those requests for production of documents, I know exactly what it is that I have. I know exactly what I need to produce, and it's quite easy for me to put that together and put it into an index, and for those attorneys to be able to access it whenever they need. Here's the thing, guys. When we have IT professionals coming in and creating these case management solutions for us, how in the world are we thinking that we can expect them to understand the processes that we go through to create a motion for summary judgment? Or to respond to a motion for summary judgment, or the processes that we go through throughout the entire duration of the case to prepare for trial, to prepare for mediation, the processes that we go through to prepare a trial notebook. We can't expect IT professionals to understand that. And because we can't expect IT professionals to understand that, we have to stop looking to IT professionals to provide our case management solutions. And out of those frustrations, out of 2 decades of those frustrations, is why I developed the system that I did. There's nothing stopping us from creating our own systems. We can choose to spend in one of two ways. We can either spend money and spend it on a convenient system that was built for us, that has all of the bells and whistles that we could ever possibly need and not need. And we're going to spend money for that. And we're going to hope it works because we spent money on that and we spent money to do that. Or we can spend time. We can spend time to develop a case management system that works for us. And we can spend time to put the effort into that system for the long haul, so that in the next 2 to 3 years, we're not back at square one and looking for another case management system. I've been using Microsoft 365 as my case management system for the last 4+ years, and it's been my only solution. It's worked. For the last 4+ years, I've gone into beta testing with this, and my case management solutions have worked. And for the last year, I've been rolling this solution out for other law firms across the country. And this case management solution has worked. I haven't come across anybody who said that it hasn't worked for them. I haven't come across anybody who says that it actually hasn't changed their lives. There was a lot of people who came in and did this beforehand, before this pandemic, and they were completely ready when the shit hit the fan. Sorry. Put your headphones on. I was supposed to say that in the beginning of this, just in case there's little ears around. But there's nothing stopping us. Even with my company and my company coming in and provisioning SharePoint sites for you, there isn't a single thing that I do for attorneys that they can't do for themselves. Even the script that my engineer customizes to your case management solution, there isn't a single thing that we do that you don't have access to, that Microsoft can't pick up and help you with. You know, God forbid something happened to me, I get hit by a bus. But the point is, we have the ability to create these case management solutions, and we need to start looking outside of the box for these case management solutions. So I got on here today so that I could talk to anybody about your case management woes, to talk about Microsoft 365 and using it as a case management platform. I've talked to a lot of attorneys this week about using it. I've talked to a lot of IT professionals about using it, and I have absolutely nothing against IT professionals. We need you. You're our security blanket. But at the end of the day, I can't expect IT professionals to understand how we practice law. I can't expect IT professionals to understand why we do some of the things that we do as part of our case management. It's up to us. It's up to us to find out what those solutions are, whether or not that's in Microsoft 365 or somewhere else. It's up to us to find those systems and to come up with those solutions. So I don't have any comments. I don't have any questions or anything like that. If you do have, any questions, please feel free to put it in my DMs in Instagram. Please feel free to reach out to me through Arrow Consultants. It's right down there below on the screen. Please feel free to join Paralegal Boss Club group if you are a paralegal and you are struggling with case management. I'm always here to help. But there are solutions that are out there for you, and you just have to get out there and spend the time to put that together for you. And if you can't go out there and spend the time to develop your own system that's going to create that efficiency, then reach out to the community that can help you, because there are so many communities on Facebook and on Instagram that are out there to help everybody in that legal community, and I'm one of them. That case management system was developed out of my own frustrations, but I didn't just keep it to myself, because I realize there is a major case management frustration everywhere. And so I just want to bring that solution to you. At my core, I'm still a litigation paralegal, but as a litigation paralegal who spent 2 decades in this industry, it's my job now to give back to my community. I do that through paralegal coaching. I do that through my case management system. And this is my way of giving back to the community, of giving back to my legal community, whether it's attorneys, lawyers, office managers, receptionists, legal secretaries. I get it. I've been there. I've been in almost every single one of your shoes. I've been a receptionist. I've been a legal secretary. I've been a billing clerk. I've been an executive administrative assistant to a partner. I've been a paralegal for up teen years. And after all of these years, it boiled down to me. And it boiled down to me creating my own case management solution. And I'm super excited to get out there and help all of you with your case management solutions. And I don't mind. I'm still a paralegal and I'm still out there and I'm still working those cases. But I'm, up at 5:45 in the morning answering those questions on my YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. And then I'm working a lot throughout the day. And then I'm back on and I'm answering those questions again in the best way that I possibly can. I try to get to all of them. So let me know if there are any questions about your case management solutions. I do have a lot of resources on arrowconsultants.solutions. We do have the e-course that is in production. There's lots that is going to go on over the weekend when it comes to that. But Arrow Consultants is here to help you regardless of what your case management solution is. Would I like it to be Microsoft 365? Sure, absolutely. That's in my wheelhouse and I know how to help you on that. So if you are interested in a custom build, then head over to arrowconsultants.solutions, fill out the custom request quote form, and I'll get that to you within 48 hours. You're always welcome to chat with me on my website. You can email me, and I'm in all sorts of Facebook groups. I think there's one called Office 365 for Lawyers. I've been in there a lot. I've been answering as many questions as I possibly can. But if there are any that I didn't answer in here, if you guys want to talk to me and video chat with me or do just a short consultation with me to talk about it, then head over to arrowconsultants.solutions and I look forward to talking with all of you. So something that I say in all of my YouTube videos, and I definitely want to close this one, is that good luck to you and all that you do, because this crazy legal industry needs a super savvy paralegal just like you. We need a super savvy lawyer just like you. You guys can do this. I believe in you, and I'm here when you need me. All right, guys, have a great rest of your evening, a fabulous weekend ahead of you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys back here on the next one. Bye, guys.